बने हम हिंद के योगी, धरेंगे ध्यान भारत का।
बने हम हिंद के योगी, धरेंगे ध्यान भारत का।
बने हम हिंद के योगी, धरेंगे ध्यान भारत का।
बने हम हिंद के योगी, धरेंगे ध्यान भारत का।
उठाकर धर्म का झंडा, करे उत्थान भारत का।
धर्म का झंडा, करे उत्थान भारत का।
बने हम हिंद के योगी, धरेंगे ध्यान भारत का।
बने हम हिंद के योगी, धरेंगे ध्यान भारत का।
गले में शील की माला,
गले में शील की माला,
गले में शील की माला।
गले में शील की माला।
पहन कर जानकी कफनी,
पहन कर ज्ञान की कफनी।
उठाकर धर्म का झंडा, करे उत्थान भारत का।
उठाकर धर्म का झंडा, करे उत्थान भारत का।
बने हम हिंद के योगी, करेंगे ध्यान भारत का।
सुधारी बरन रघुबर बिमल जसु, जो दायक फलचारी। बुद्धिहीन तनु जानिके, सुमिरौ पवन कुमार। बल बुद्धि विद्या देहु मोहि, हरहु कलेस विकार। जय हनुमान ज्ञान गुण सागर, जय कपीसति लोक उजागर। रामदूत अतुलित बल धामा, अंजनी पुत्र पवन सुत नामा। महावीर विक्रम बजरंगी, कुमति निवार सुमति के संगी। कंचन बरन विराज सुबेसा, कानन कुंडल कुंचित केसा। हाथ वज्र और ध्वजा विराजय, कांधे मूंज जनेऊ साजय। शंकर सुवन केसरी नंदन, तेज प्रताप महाजगबंदन। विद्यावान गुणी अति चातुर, राम काज करिबे को आतुर। प्रभु चरित्र सुनिबे को रसिया, राम लखन सीता मन बसिया। सूक्ष्म रूप धरि सियहि दिखावा, बिकट रूप धरि लंक जरावा। भीम रूप धरि असुर संहारे, रामचंद्र के काज सवारे। लाय सजीवन लखन जियाए, श्री रघुबीर हर्षि उर लाए। रघुपति कीन्ही बहुत बड़ाई, तुम मम प्रिय भरत ही समभाई। सहस बदन तुम रोजस गावै, अस कहि श्रीपति कंठ लगावै। सनकादिक ब्रह्मादि मुनीसा, नारद सारद सहित अहिसा। जम कुबेर दिगपाल जहाते, कवि कोविद कहि सके कहाते। तुम उपकार सुग्रीवहि कीन्हा, राम मिलाय राजपद दीन्हा। तुम्हरो मंत्र विभीषण माना, लंकेश्वर भय सब जग जाना। जुग सहस्र जो जन पर भानु, लील्यो ताहि मधुर फल जानू। प्रभु मुद्रिका मेलि मुख माहि, जलधि लांघि गए अचरज नाही। दुर्गम काज जगत के जेते, सुगम अनुग्रह तुमरे तेते। राम दुआरे तुम रखवारे, होतन आज्ञा बिनु पैसारे। सब सुख लहै तुम्हारी सरना, तुम रक्षक काहू को डरना। आपन तेज संहारो, आपै तीनों लोक हाकते कापै। भूत पिशाच निकट नहीं आवै, महावीर जब नाम सुनावै। नासै रोग हरै सब पीरा, जपत निरंतर हनुमत बीरा। संकट ते हनुमान छुड़ावै, मन क्रम बचन ध्यान जो लावै। सब पर राम तपस्वी राजा, तिनके काज सकल तुम साजा। और मनोरथ जो कोई लावै, सोई अमित जीवन फल पावै। चारों जुग परताप तुम्हारा है, प्रसिद्ध जगत उजियारा। साधु संत के तुम रखवारे, असुर निकंदन राम दुलारे। अष्ट सिद्धि नौ निधि के दाता, असबर दीन जानकी माता। राम रसायन तुम्हारे पासा, सदा रहो रघुपति के दासा। तुम्हारे भजन राम को पावै, जन्म जन्म के दुख बिसरावै। अंत काल रघुबर पुर जाई, जहाँ जन्म हरि भक्त कहाई। और देवता चित्तन धरई, हनुमत से सर्व सुख करई। संकट कटई मिटई सब पीरा, जो सुमिरै हनुमत बलबीरा। जय 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 हनुमान गोसाई, कृपा करहु गुरुदेव की नाई। जो सत बार पाठ कर कोई, छूटहि बंदी महासुख होई। जो यह पढ़े हनुमान चालीसा, होय सिद्धि साखी गौरीसा। तुलसीदास सदा हरि चेरा, की जय नाथ हृदय महडेरा। पवन तनय संकट हरन, मंगल मूर्ति रूप। राम लखन सीता सहित, हृदय बसहु सुरभूप। सियावर रामचंद्र की जय, पवन सुत हनुमान की जय।
श्री गुरु चरण सरोज रज, निज मनु मुकुरु सुधारी। बरनउ रघुबर विमल जसु, जो दायक फलचारी। बुद्धिहीन तनु जानिके, सुमिरौ पवन कुमार। बल बुद्धि विद्या देहु मोहि, हरहु कलेस विकार। जय हनुमान ज्ञान गुण सागर, जय कपीसतिहु लोक उजागर। रामदूत अतुलित बल धामा, अंजनी पुत्र पवन सुत नामा। महावीर विक्रम बजरंगी, कुमति निवार सुमति के संगी। कंचन बरन विराज सुबेसा, कानन कुंडल कुंचित केसा। हाथ वज्र और ध्वजा विराजे, कांधे मूज जनेऊ साजे। शंकर सुवन केसरी नंदन, तेज प्रताप महाजगवंदन। विद्यावान गुणी अति चातुर, राम काज करिबे को आतुर। प्रभु चरित्र सुनिबे को रसिया, राम लखन सीता मन बसिया। सूक्ष्म रूप धरि सियहि दिखावा, विकट रूप धरि लंक जरावा। भीम रूप धरि असुर संहारे, रामचंद्र के काज संवारे। लाय सजीवन लखन जियाए, श्री रघुबीर हरषि उर लाए। रघुपति कीन्ही बहुत बड़ाई, तुम मम प्रिय भरतहि सम भाई। सहस बदन तुम रोजस गावे, अस कहि श्रीपति कंठ लगावे। सनकादिक ब्रह्मादि मुनीसा, नारद सारद सहित अहीसा। जम कुबेर दिक्पाल जहाते, कवि कोविद कहि सकै कहाते। तुम उपकार सुग्रीवहि कीन्हा, राम मिलाय राजपद दीन्हा। तुम्हरो मंत्र विभीषण माना, लंकेश्वर भय सब जग जाना। जुग सहस्र जो जन पर भानु, लील्योताहि मधुर फल जानू। प्रभु मुद्रिका मेलि मुख माहि, जलधि लांघि गए अचरज नाही। दुर्गम काज जगत के जेते, सुगम अनुग्रह तुम्हरे तेते। राम दुआरे तुम रखवारे, होत न आज्ञा बिनु पैसारे। सब सुख लहै तुम्हारी सरना, तुम रक्षक काहू को डरना। आपन तेज संभारो आपे, तीनों लोक हांकते कांपे। भूत पिशाच निकट नहीं आवे, महावीर जब नाम सुनावे। नासै रोग हरै सब पीरा, जपत निरंतर हनुमत वीरा। संकट ते हनुमान छुड़ावे, मन क्रम वचन ध्यान जो लावे। सब पर राम तपस्वी तपस्वी राजा, तिनके काज सकल तुम साजा। और मनोरथ जो कोई लावे, सोई अमित जीवन फल पावे। चारों जुग परताप तुम्हारा, है प्रसिद्ध जगत उजियारा। साधु संत के तुम रखवारे, असुर निकंदन राम दुलारे। अष्ट सिद्धि नौ निधि के दाता, असवर दीन जानकी माता। राम रसायन तुम्हारे पासा, सदा रहो रघुपति के दासा। तुम्हारे भजन राम को पावे, जन्म जन्म के दुख बिसरावे। अंत काल रघुबर पुर जाई, जहाँ जन्म हरि भक्त कहाई। और देवता चित्तन धरई, हनुमत से सर्व सुख करई। संकट कटे मिटे सब पीरा, जो सुमिरे हनुमत बलबीरा। जय 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 हनुमान गोसाई, कृपा करहु गुरुदेव की नाई। जो सत बार पाठ कर कोई, छूट ही बंदी महा सुख होई। जो यह पढ़े हनुमान चालीसा, होय सिद्धि साखी गौरीसा। तुलसीदास सदा हरि चेरा, की जय नाथ हृदय महडेरा। पवन तनय संकट हरन, मंगल मूर्ति रूप। राम लखन सीता सहित, हृदय बसहु सुर भूप। सियावर रामचंद्र की जय, पवन सुत हनुमान की जय। उमापति महादेव की जय।
Jai Shri Krishna to all of you. Success stories don't just happen overnight. It requires great dedication, innovative ideas, meticulous planning, and management and constant hard work. This is especially so with very big organizations like our Geeta Pariwar, which has people from every part of the world. So let us start this session with respectful salutations to Param Pujya Swami Shri Govindev Giriji Maharaj, the founder of this great organization. I am JVSM Lakshmi from Mumbai. A very good evening, and on behalf of Geeta Pariwar, it's my great pleasure to extend a hearty welcome to each one of you to this wonderful session. It's almost a year ago, you all started your Char Dham Yatra with Geeta Pariwar and now senior sadhaks in Geeta Pariwar. And I'm sure you're all thoroughly enjoying this divine journey and are thrilled at the perfection you're attaining day by day. Today, we are all here to listen to the Vivechan of part 4 of the 18th Adhyaya, the Moksha Sannyasa Yoga, which gives us the gist of all the previous Adhyayas in Bhagavad Gita. In today's Vivechan, by our respected Srimati Shraddha Raodeo ji, let us see how Arjuna, after seeing the universal form of God, is now painfully aware that Sri Krishna is not merely his friend and comrade in arms, but is also the supreme divine personality whom even the Devatas, Gandharvas, Siddhas, etc. venerate. Before that, it is prayer time. For today's prayer, I would like to welcome Geeta Bhottake ji from Dubai. Didi has done her MCOM and has great passion for art and craft. She is a housewife associated with Geeta Pariwar since 2021 and is offering Seva as code trainer. Didi, you're requested to conduct the prayer, please.
Jai Shri Krishna. Vasudeva Sutan Devam Kamsa Chanuramardhanam देवकी परमानन्दं कृष्णौ वन्दे जगद्गुरुं श्रीकृष्णौ वन्दे जगद्गुरुम्.
Thank you so much, Didi, for such a bhakti-my beginning. It was a melodious prayer indeed. Now let us go to the next part of today's program. It is the light of the lamp that pervades all existence. It removes all darkness and elevates the spirit of any occasion. So let us proceed with our auspicious lighting of the lamp, Deep Prajwalan, for which I would like to welcome Shri Bandi Nagasubba Reddy ji from Pruddatur, Andhra Pradesh. Bhaiya is a retired deputy manager from State Bank of India. Apart from his professional career, he is an All India Radio B-Hype drama artist. Joined in Geeta Pariwar in April 2023, now he is offering his services as caller, adder, TA, co-trainer, group coordinator, pracharak, examiner, and TA mentor. Bhaiya, kindly come forward to do the Deep Prajwalan, please.
निषिद्धैरप्येभिर्लुलितमकरन्दो मधुकरैः करैरिन्दोरन्तश्छुरित इव सम्भिन्नमुकुलः विधत्तां सिद्धिन्नो नयनसुभगामस्य सदसः प्रकीर्णः पुष्पाणां हरिचरणयोरञ्जलिरयम् शरदिन्दुनिभां शुभ्रवस्त्रैरलङ्कृताम् कलहंसकृतावासाम् वरदां शारदां नुमः.
It is by lamp that one can achieve everything. O lamp that denotes transition, I bow down to you. Thank you for the beautiful Deep Prajwalan, Bhaiya. Now, before we move on, here we have an important announcement. We would like to remind you all that we have daily Geeta Parayan of one Adhyaya every day morning and evening, which is being organized for the last 1 year. Geeta Vratis from Geeta Pariwar recite one Adhyaya each every day, and all the 18 Adhyayas will be recited in rotation. The timings are 6:30 a.m. and 9:30 p.m. Links for the same will be provided in your groups. Kindly make a note of it and please try to join this divine Parayan and enjoy the benefits. Now, as you all know, Geeta Pariwar conducts classes for all the 5 days, Vivechan sessions for the next 2 days, that is Saturday and Sunday. And all our sadhaks are benefited by this, by attending these Vivechan Satratras. And now we request you all to share this link of these Vivechans to your friends and acquaintances. Even if they are not a part of Geeta Pariwar, they can get the benefit of these Vivechan sessions. So kindly share the link of the Vivechan sessions and the YouTube link, Zoom link and YouTube link, both can be shared with your friends so that they too can benefit from this and enjoy the Vivechan sessions on their holidays or weekends. Now it is time to move forward to the best part of the session, the Vivechan, by our most beloved and respected Shraddha Raodeo Didi. Didi is a disciple of Swami Govind Dev Giriji Maharaj. She is a senior faculty in Geeta Pariwar, and her association with Geeta Pariwar dates back to August 2020. She is a very well-known person to all of us here at Geeta Pariwar, and professionally, Didi is an electronic engineer. She has a great passion to work for the betterment of our younger generation. Her great commitment to inculcate a strong value system in children in their formative ages inspired her to conduct sessions for children over 5 years of age in a Bala Gokulam in Hyderabad. Didi, you are an inspiration not only to those children, to all of us also. In Geeta Pariwar, she has been a trainer, an examiner, a vivechak, and heads the class monitoring team. It's my honor and great pleasure to request you, Shraddha Raodeo Didi, to take over this session to continue with the fourth part of the 18th Adhyaya. Shraddha Raodeo Didi, please.
Jai Shri Krishna. Am I clearly audible, Didi? Wanted to check. Thank you. Audible? Okay, thank you. Okay, so let us begin by first remembering Swamiji, with whose blessings we all are here up till this stage. Reaching this stage in itself is a divine blessing, and it comes to us through means of our Param Pujaniya Swamiji. Let us bow down to Gurudev and Shri Krishna and then begin with this session. Hari Om. Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Guru Devo Maheshwaraha, Guru Sakshat Parabrahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Krishnaya Vasudevaya Haraye Paramatmane Pranatah Kleshanashaya Govindaya Namo Namaha. Om Parthaya Pratibodhitam Bhagavata Narayana Swayam Vyasena Gratitam Purana Munina Madhye Mahabharatam Advaitam Ritavarshinim Bhagavati Mashtadashatyayini Ambatva Anusandanami Bhagavati Te Navatveshini. Om Shri Gurave Namaha. Om Shri Krishnaya Namaha. So we are in the middle of a very beautiful chapter. The chapter in itself is very in-depth, though it is considered a summary. But even if you look at this summary, you will see it has in-depth synopsis, in-depth knowledge about how do we manage our own karma, how do we reach that ultimate goal of human life, that is the Param Siddhi, by following some very, very basic principles. We have seen how a simple inspiration that develops in our mind gets converted into our karma, that is our task. And we had seen how these tasks, there are different things which contribute to our karma. We had seen Adhishthana, Tatha Karta, lot of things. And in each of these categories, Shri Krishna has very beautifully explained in depth how different things can be divided into categories. Which are those categories? We have seen karta of 3 forms, karma of 3 forms, and all these things, buddhi, we are able to do each task, each work because of 2 things, our buddhi and our determination to achieve that task. They are also categorized into 3 types. After doing all these activities, accumulation of all this is what is gaining immense happiness, satisfaction of achieving what we want to achieve, isn't it? Ultimately, simple thing, like we all are learning Śrīmad-Bhagavadgītā. We derive a lot of happiness out of it systematically.
Didi?
We derive a lot of happiness out of learning Bhagavad Gita. Everything that we do in our lifetime is to attain that happiness. See, there are many people, if you ask them, there could be exceptions of people where if you ask them, do you want money? Offer them money, they will say, no, I don't want money. Some people say no to knowledge. Some people say no to other things. Some people are very conscious about food. They will say no excess food. Some people can control their urge to shop other things. But there is
Didi?
one thing which is
Sorry, Didi. Sorry to interrupt you. The voice is slightly coming muffled.
voice is low. Just a minute. Let me check. Maybe I'll try to be a little louder. Otherwise, shift to a different system. 1 minute. Just let me know if it's a little better audible.
Mm.
Is it better, Janvi Didi and Lakshmi Didi?
Yes, Didi. Yes, slightly better.
Okay. Is it better?
Yes.
Is it better? I'll try
Yes,
to be
Didi.
louder.
It's good. It's
Now
good.
it's good, Didi. Yes.
Okay, thank you. I'm really sorry. So what we were discussing so far, amongst various different things that a person tries to seek, people seek wealth, people also seek knowledge. There are people you will, if you ask them, do you need more wealth, they'll refuse. More property, if you offer them bribe, they'll refuse. If you offer them extras, there are some tamasik people, if you offer them knowledge, they'll refuse knowledge also. However, there is this one thing which nobody will ever refuse, whether it is the most sattvic person in this entire world, a saintly person, or a tamasic person, anybody for that matter, will not refuse this one thing. And what is that one thing? That is sukh, that is happiness. People are in pursuit of knowledge to get ultimate happiness. People are in the pursuit of getting wealth for what? For seeking happiness. Why did Prince Siddharth leave his home to get happiness ultimately? That was his main thing, that if he sees that there is death, there is pain, sorrow everywhere, if this is sorrow, then what is it that will give you the ultimate happiness? Ultimate motive of everything is to gain that happiness. Now, Shri Krishna says a very interesting thing. This happiness is also of three types. That is the point where we are. Till now, we had seen karta, that is the doer, is of three kinds. The karma is of three kinds. And everything else is of three types: knowledge, intellect, avadhriti. But at the same time, even the happiness that we derive out of getting these, out of all these tasks, is what? Is also of three types. So sukh also is of three types. We are at that point in this chapter where Shri Krishna introduces us to three types of happiness. So we'll begin with the 36th shlok today. Sukham tvidani trividham shrunu me bharatarshava abhyasad yatra dukkhantam cha nigacchati. Sukhantu idanim trividham. There are three types of happiness. Even happiness is not free from these three gunas. Ultimately, happiness is also a part of this prakriti. It is a part of this this nature that we live in. See, what is our basic nature? It is the bliss, eternal bliss. The sattvic tattva, that is the eternal bliss, that is our ultimate state. But we have united with this prakriti, because of which we experience what? Pain and sorrow both. And Shri Krishna says, because there is sorrow, because we are experiencing sorrow, we experience happiness also. Happiness and sorrow have become two distinct emotions. Why? Because of our association with the Prakriti. So because of that, the Sukh also has become of three types. Before we understand what are these three types of Sukh, Shri Krishna is explaining us the very definition of happiness. What is Sukh? Sukh is something that you get out of habit, out of abhyas. Whatever you are used to. Abhyasad ramate yatra dukkhantainchani gacchati. Abhyasad ramate. The one, abhyasad ramate means, even now some people are complaining about voice. I don't think there is anything else I can do to increase my volume. I am on a best possible system. Please try to increase the device volume. I assume it should be good by now. Tanvini and somebody, yeah. Okay. Okay, thank you. So we'll continue. And I think most maximum people can hear now. So if anybody is not able to hear, I request them to please check their device volumes. Okay, so Sukham, what is that basic definition of Sukha that Shri Krishna is trying to explain in this particular shlok? Abhyasad ramate yatra. Whatever we are used to doing, we are living in our home houses. No matter where, the best comfort is there in our own house because we are used to it. Here, the word abhyas, it refers to habit. Hmm. Whatever you are habituated to, that is sukh. And apart from that, our scriptures give a very interesting definition of sukh. What is that? Anukula Vedaniyam Sukham. Whatever is Anukul means whatever we are used to, whatever is pleasant to us. That is known as Sukh, that is happiness. Pratikula Vedaniyam means something that is unpleasant to us, which we are not. What is unpleasant? Something that we are not used to doing. That is Dukkha, that is unhappiness. Here, this abhyas word is very important. If I'm not used to sitting, say, on the floor, then sitting on the floor becomes what? Dukkhadayak for me. It becomes unpleasurable. So similarly, what is sukh? Something that you are habituated to. And this definition of happiness and sadness or unhappiness, it will keep changing. Whatever is happiness for me now, that will become an element of sadness after some time. There is nothing like a shashvat sukh. For instance, now it is rainy season. It is a little cold at night. So if we use blankets while sleeping, the blankets feel very pleasant. They are a source of happiness to us because of the blankets, cozy blankets. We are able to sleep peacefully. But the same blanket, if you take in summer, it becomes what? It becomes dukkhadayak. You cannot tolerate the blanket in summer because the Prakriti is continuously changing. The definitions of happiness and sadness are changing. Similarly, just as these things are changing, what Shri Krishna says here, Abhyasad ramadeyatra dukkhan tanjani gacchati. And at the end, wherever this because of continuous habit, this thing becomes so pleasurable. At the end, it becomes a cause of or cause of decline for the pain that we experience. Because I'm so used to sitting on the ground now, suppose this example I'm giving, that my body is used to sitting on the floor. It is very pleasant for me. Ultimately, that doesn't remain unpleasurable. So dukkhantai gacchati, it doesn't remain unpleasurable. Dukkhantai means it is the end of this entire pain. It is goes because I'm just used to doing this. We change our habits throughout the life also. We keep changing our habits, isn't it? Certain things which were very difficult earlier, but with studies, with habit, they change and we become so used to it. That is the basic definition of happiness, and that also is of three types. So, just before we see the three types of happiness, we have to see that this definition of happiness, it can be used to our own benefit. We have to understand that what becomes happiness ultimately, whatever you get used to. If we make Gita study our habit, we will get so used to it. Ultimately, that will become a source of happiness for us. Because we are all what we experience out of a continuous habit ends up becoming happiness for us. If we are continuously engrossed in good things, then that will become a source of happiness for us. We have to gradually make these good things as our habit. And that habit, the happiness in itself will become our habit. And on that note, Shri Krishna explains the three types of sukh. The first sukh, that is the sattvic sukh. Yattadagre vishamiva परिणामे मृतोपमम् तत्सुखं सात्विकं प्रोक्तमात्मबुद्धिप्रसादजम् यत्तदग्रे यत्तदग्रे विषम इव परिणामे मृतोपमम्. Now, if you fall sick or there is some health issue, what do? We take medicines, isn't it? How is the taste of this medicine? Definitely not like gulab jamun or rasgulla. It's very bitter, not tasty. So most of the medicines, not all, but most of the medicines are bitter. But what is their parinam? What is their result? What is the effect? It is It is pleasant. It is a desirable effect. Hmm? See, when small children are there, how the mother feeds them the medicine. It might be bitter. She knows it is bitter. The child also doesn't want it at all. Hmm? But what they'll do, they press the nose, open the mouth. All these efforts the mother will do for the child and ensure that that bitter medicine goes in the mouth. A mother would ideally not do that. Anything the child doesn't like to eat, she will not force it into the mouth of the child. But the mother knows that its parinam is amrita upamam. Amrita upamam means amrutopamam means like amrit, hmm, like nectar, like it's going to be very pleasant because it is going to have a pleasant effect of in the end. At the beginning, even if it is unpleasurable, not happy, what happens? We have to start it. So any happiness derived out of what? Though in the beginning it is very unpleasant. For instance, if we decide that every day we will do Surya Namaskar, 12 Surya Namaskars every day, start exercising. First few days, how is it? Agree at the beginning, how is it? Very painful. But what is the parinam? What is the result of it ultimately? It is good health, shining skin, hmm, perfect weight, so many health benefits out of the Surya Namaskar. Hmm. So, pariname amritamam, amritopamam, like amrit it is. So, any happiness which at the beginning looks difficult. Some people, when we are learning Bhagavad Gita also, many people I have seen initially so boring, sitting, concentrating 40 minutes. There are some people I know, अरे क्या तुम बैठ के पढ़ते हो? Don't you find it boring for so many hours? How you can study? But they don't know the happiness. Only when you people like you who have reached level 4, you have tasted the happiness of this Bhagavad Gita. And that is why this is the Sattvic Sukh is what is something that you all are experiencing. How is this Sattvic Sukh? It is Atma Buddhi Prasadajam. You all are experiencing Sattvic Sukh out of learning what Śrīmad-Bhagavadgītā shlokas. How is this sukh? How is this happiness? Atma Buddhi Prasadajam. This is the happiness which will ultimately take you to what? It will take you to the purity of your own mind. It will take you towards self-realization. Atma Buddhi, self-realization. That is the ultimate result of what? Of Sattvic Sukh. So, just like Surya Namaskar, we were talking about it. It is ultimately it will help you achieve that yoga. It will help you attain that Atma Buddhi because you will learn stability. Gradually, once you learn stability, all other things will come to you. And what will happen? You'll get that Sattvic Sukh. So, the Sattvic Sukh is this type of happiness, which initially looks painful, but ultimately the result is very happy. That is Sattvic Sukh. Having understood the Sattvic Sukh, Shri Krishna explains next what is the Rajasi Sukh. It is exactly opposite of the Sattvic Sukh. Vishayendriya Sanyogad Yattadagre Mritopamam Pariname Vishamiva Tatsukham Rajasam Smritam Yad Vishaya Indriya Sanyogad Agre means what? It begins from where? Where does the Sattvic Sukh begin? Agri means it is beginning. At first, where it is beginning? When a subject comes in contact with our sense organs. For instance, tasty food, gulab jamun, for instance, if I was talking about. Once the tongue tastes it is so happy, sweet, tasty, very nice. Now keep eating gulab jamun all day and night, 1 week, enjoy. Gradually see what happens to the sugar levels. They increase. Ultimate early eating too many sugary items results in what? Diabetes. What is diabetes? Pariname vishameva. They begin with happiness. They give you a lot of happiness to begin with, but their end result, ultimate result is what? It is poisonous. It is very, very dreadful. It is like poison. So, Vishameva. Simple things, we were talking, for instance, this YouTube and other series and all that people keep watching. Initially, when the eyes come in contact with all these subjects, they look like entertainment. However, ultimate result is what? Our deficiency of eyesight, the problem of eyesight. Then the decrease in intellect, our intellect goes down, the capacity to learn new things goes down, stability of the mind ultimately decreases. All these are the undesirable effects of what? Something that we felt was very pleasurable. So pariname vishameva, exactly opposite of the sattvic sukh. In the beginning it is very pleasurable, but towards the end it is what? It is like poison. So eventually eventually this is going to lead to distress. Yaneshwar Mauli gives a very beautiful example. It is like hosting a wedding by taking loan. If you take lots of loan, host the wedding, enjoy in the wedding, and next the entire lifetime, the lifetime is distressful, paying off that loan, isn't it? So this Rajasi Sukh is of this type. Initially, it looks very happy, but ultimately it leads to lot of distress. Tat Sukham Rajasam Smritam. This type of happiness is known as Rajasi Sukh. Then what is Tamasi Sukh? There is nothing called Tamasi Sukh. Shri Krishna says in the next shloka, यदग्रे चानुबन्धे च सुखं मोहनमात्मनः निद्रालस्य प्रमादोत्थं तत्तामसमुदाहृतम्. Tattamasamudahritam. Here he has not said tat tamasa uchyate or anything, tat tamasa smritam. No, tat tamasa, it is tamas only, because there is no happiness in tamasi sukh. See, in Sattvic Sukh, there was this word Amrutopamam used. At least at the end, the parinam, the result is like Amrit. In Rajasi Sukh, at least at the beginning, there is some pleasure, there is some Sukh. Agre, there was Amrit. Vishayendriya Sanyogat, Yattad Agre Amrutopamam. At the beginning, there was Amrit. But in Tamasi Sukh, there is no Amrit at all. Read the shloka again. It is not pleasurable at the beginning. It is not pleasurable in the end also. There is no Sukh, no Amrit anywhere in this type of happiness, in this type of experience. Sukham mohanam atmanaha. So here it is, how do we get this whatever is called tamasic? How do you get it? Originates from delusion. Things like smoking, nor is it pleasurable, because the moment people start smoking, their cough will come. Ultimately also the lungs are going to get damaged. At the beginning or the onset also it is not pleasurable. The effect is also not pleasurable. So in both the cases, the effect is what? It is undesirable. In that sort of situation, what is it that drives people? It is just a delusion. It is just a belief that this is good for me. And there are different types of activities that a person does. Out of what? Nidra, alasya, pramada. Nidra means sleep. Just because they are lazy, they are sleepy, they will maybe experiencing, just sleeping, that also people find very, very pleasurable sometimes. But you are giving up on so many good opportunities to do different things, to achieve different things by sleeping. And excessive sleep is anyways not good for the health also. Alasya, it takes you into a delusion. Nidra, the sleep, takes you into a delusion. Alasya, that is laziness. It is, again, initially also it will not feel very good, because you don't feel fresh, and ultimately nothing is achieved. Pramada means heedlessness, not being careless, not being responsible, irresponsibility, the actions which arise out of these things, out of what? Nidra, that is sleep, out of laziness and out of carelessness. Whatever arises out of these things are never going to be pleasurable. They are never going to have any good impact on anyone. And that kind of whatever is the outcome of these actions, the experience of these actions is going to be what? Is going to be tamas. That is a tamas itself. That is declared as tamas by Shri Krishna. What is it that we should always strive for? Don't even let tamasi sukh or tamas come near you. Never we should let sleep, excessive sleep, laziness, or delusion, carelessness come close to us. We should always try to reduce the sattvic sukh in us or reduce the rajasi sukh in our lives. Because though it is pleasurable at the beginning, see, the stairs to the tamasi sukh will begin from rajasi sukh only. But gradually we have to reduce that. It is good, okay, you are enjoying good food, but in proportion. Gradually, what we have to do, gradually analyze and think how to progress towards sattvic sukh. And by practicing the sattvic sukh, always remember, whenever you are tempted to continue too much into the rajasi sukh, or if we are engaged in any tamasic experiences, how do we get ourselves out of that? We have to always remind ourselves of the ultimate result of sattvic sukh. What is the ultimate result of sattvic sukh? Atmabuddhi prasadajam. We have to attain that. And by reminding ourselves that that is our ultimate destination, we will gradually be able to keep tamasi sukh away from us, gradually reduce the rajasi sukh in our lives, and progress in the direction of what? Sattvic sukh. By obtaining this eternal happiness, what do we obtain? We obtain our ideal of everything, ideal of health, ideal of attitude. Everything will be in its ideal form. What is a characteristic of great people? They are always happy. Jnaneshwar Mauli, you see, no matter in what kind of pain he was in different stages of his life, he has never forgotten his own basic self. How is our how is our core? We are what we are, Atma Swarup. What is our eternal state? It is the state of the eternal blissfulness, eternal happiness. Chidananda Rupa Shivoham Shivoham. That is our eternal state. What happens? Because we are always in touch with the Prakriti, we are experiencing pain and sorrow. If we make it a habit to engage ourselves in sattvic happiness, if we drive our every action to achieve that sattvic happiness, then this is the stage that we will achieve, like the ones that the saints are in, always in an eternally happy state. And why is this very essential? Is it really possible? Yes. For instance, if you see sun, how is the aura around the sun? It is always brilliant, always light. Can you ever spot darkness on the sun? Can you ever go and spot like, oh, this spot on sun will have night? It is not possible. There is the only definition that the sun knows is the definition of day. And because it is always a day there is no concept of night. Similarly, the basic thing that we are, the subtle Atma Tattva that we are, what is our basic nature? Just like day is the basic nature of sun, our basic nature is happiness. If we are always in a happy, brilliant, blissful state, the state of sorrow will never touch us. Similarly, so our eternal bliss is our basic nature, and happiness is something that is the outer blanket. We have to achieve that eternal blissful state, for which we have to always drive ourselves towards the sattvic sukh. Now, all these things that Sri Krishna has told, we have seen everything has three forms. Sukh was having three forms: buddhi, dhriti, karta, karma. That is the same thing that Shri Krishna says in the next shloka. Na tadasti prithivyaam va devi deveshu va punaha tattvam prakriti jair muktai yadebhyasyat gunai. Na tadasti prithivyaam va, on this earth, and Divideveshu punaha, neither in on this earth, neither beyond this, neither beyond this earth, in this lok, in this world, and beyond this, even in the celestial abodes, everywhere, either in human beings, animals, in any other yoni. What it is not, there is no place which there is nothing that is free from these three gunas. Everything which is originating from this nature, which is having any association with this nature, will be made of the three gunas. What are the three gunas? Sattva gun, Rajogun, and Tamogun. Anything around us is always going to be what? Everything is going to be what? Affected by these three gunas. In short, DNA of this Prakriti, DNA is our basic nature, we all know. The nature, the very DNA of this nature is Trigunatmak. That is being of three types, these Rajogun, Tamogun, and Sattvagun. And this life that we are living, it is a mixture of consciousness and matter. And because we are in touch with this nature, everything around us is what? A combination of these three gunas. And how is the Sattva gun? The essence of Sattva gun is enlightenment. It is knowledge. The essence of Rajogun is what? It is activity. The essence of Tamogun is what? Lack of knowledge or a little inertia towards doing something. All three are essentially going to be present in everything. Tattvam prakriti jair mukti yadebhyasyat tribhir gunaihi. Everything will be having these three gunas. Nothing is free from that. So all the knowledge that Shri Krishna gave so far is at an individual level. Sukh is experienced by what? By us. At individual level also. I am doing my actions. As a karta, how I can be, how are my actions? All these analysis you have to do at your own individual level. And based on these three gunas, everything is going to be active. Ultimately, we have to make a journey towards Sattva gun. This is what Shri Krishna has told us at an individual level. Now Shri Krishna tries this conversation on a slightly different note. He takes a turn of this entire chapter from an individual level to the samajik level, that is the social level. As an individual, how a karta should be, how this entire society is affected by three gunas. It is not only our individual traits of knowledge, dhriti, and all other things that are affected by the three gunas. Shri Krishna says the society at large also has these three gunas. And based on these three gunas only, the entire society also is divided. And all the tasks which are given, distributed in the society are also based on these three gunas. Explaining this further in the 41st shlok, Shri Krishna explains how based on these three gunas, the entire society also, Shri Krishna has divided. All the activities of the society are divided into different categories based on these three gunas. A very interesting shlok from the shlok number 41. Shri Krishna explains this principle. Brahmana kshatriya visham Shudraणां च परन्तप कर्माणि प्रविभक्तानि स्वभाव प्रभवैर्गुणैः. The social order that is proposed in our Sanatan Dharma, it is always a little bit topic of controversy. But from this particular shlok, we will understand a very, very basic logic, basic knowledge of this, about this particular system, that is that our society is divided into. Understand that these categories, Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, and Shudra, these are different categories. They are not castes. They are not any. They are not higher or lower in order. Nothing of that sort. Shri Krishna has told based on the gunas, swabhava prabhavet gunaihi. What based on the gunas, based on the swabhav, what I have done, karmani pravibhaktani. I have divided the duties of the society. Whatever as a society we have, the duties are divided into different categories based on the guna, based on the different activities, based on the different qualities. What are the here guna word is not just referring to the qualities, but also to the sattva gun, rajogun, tamogun, and also to the swabhav, the very nature of the person. The society, the societal order is explained here. This is also very, very scientific way of division. For instance, now just say this principle of dividing the work in 4 categories is applicable at all levels. For instance, just look at your family. There will be somebody in the family who is going to ensure what that the children in the family are studying. That the children are always what they are in pursuit of knowledge. They are seeking knowledge. Their job is the knowledge centric to study. There is a category in your family which is going to earn money for the family. Their job will be wealth centric. They are going to earn for the family. Some people are this, they are providing protection to the family also. Their job is strength centric. There is a person in the family who strives to ensure that everyone's health is fine. If somebody is sick, they will serve that sick person so that the person becomes fine. That category is a service centric. So all these 4 jobs, knowledge centric, strength centric, wealth centric, and service centric category are very much there in our family also, isn't it? There is a mother who is always taking care of everybody. There is a housewife who's ensuring everybody's health is fine. She's serving all the members of the family. She's also ensuring that the children are studying, ensuring all facilities are given to them. Then and the children are knowledge centric because they are seeking knowledge. There is a father, mother, both, they can be wealth centric. So there is somebody who's ensuring that the security of the family is taken care of. They are strength centric. All these 4 categories exist where in our house, in a family. They also exist in the organization. If you see at an organization, there will be a department which will look into the financials of the organization. There is a department which will ensure that there is no hacking happening in the organization. There is another department which will be giving service to the employees of the organization. There will be a different department which will be doing the research thing for the organization. At an organizational level also, these 4 are there. And similarly, for the society also, there is a class of the society which is ensuring that constantly some research, some knowledge is acquired for the larger benefit of the society. There is a class of the society which is ensuring that the society is safe, secure. Our Kshatriya, our soldiers, our men on the borders, they are ensuring that the society is strong, nobody is attacking, and it is secure. There is a part of the society which is ensuring that the wealth, the businessmen, that the wealth is getting accumulated, the economy is strengthened, and there is a part of the society, the doctors, the teachers, who are giving service to the society by doing different actions, by facilitating different actions. And these 4 categories form the 4 bases of all the caste system. So simple. If we do not politicize the issue, the basic system is as simple as that. This basic system is as pure, as scientific as this distribution of work based on what? Based on the swabhav, based on the nature of the person. Based on this, so Shri Krishna says, by this logic, because these 4 will be pillars for the society, based on this logic, our Maharshis Shri Krishna has divided the society into four varnas. That is the four categories. The first varna is Brahmana. Second varna is the Kshatriya. Third varna is the Vaishyas and Shudra. Now, very important here, note the pronunciation of the word Shudra. It is Shudra. The word is Shaljam Sha with a Dirgha Umatra. Shudra, long sound, and Dra. Shudra. It is not Kshudra. In second chapter, when Shri Krishna says Kshudram Hridayadaurvalyam, that Kshudra word is different. It is inferior. That word means inferior. But here, when we use the word Shudra, it is not Kshudra. It is Shudra. It is just that name given to that class. It does not have any relation with the word Kshudra, which is used in the second chapter, which means inferior. So, in our mind, we should always know, and we should be able to clarify to others around us that the word Shudra, it is a name for that particular category. It does not mean that they are Kshudra. Okay, this we have to very, very clearly understand. Okay. Now, over time, some distortions got introduced into this otherwise perfect system, but we should appreciate how strong and robust our management, our Maharshis have given this entire system to us. Shri Krishna further explains the characteristics of each of them, of everybody. So first he explains the different characteristics of Brahman. Shamodamastapashaucham Krantirarjavamevacha Jnanam Vijnanamastikyam Brahma Karma Svabhavajam. Shamodamastapashaucham. Shama. Shama, these are the we'll just go through the entire shloka. Shamodamastapashaucham Krantirarjavamevacha Jnanam Vijnanamastikyam Brahma Karma Svabhavajam. Shama Dama. Shama is the Brahmin's role in this society. As we've also, there are four categories. One was knowledge-centric, another was strength-centric, then wealth-centric, and service-centric. The role of a Brahmin is how it is knowledge-centric. Jnanam Vijnanamastikya. He is in pursuit of what? In pursuit of knowledge. And what is Vijnana? Vijnana is realizing the knowledge. We all know that there is a body. Inside the body resides Atma. What is the swarup of that Atma? This we know by knowledge. But a Brahmin is somebody who has realized this knowledge, experienced it. So not just knowing everything, but experiencing it. And because of that, he has a certain set of characteristics associated with his entire personality. And how is his nature? His nature is peaceful. The first trait that Shri Krishna says is Shama. What is Shama? Shama is the capacity of freeing the mind from all distractions and concentrating on where it needs to be concentrated. Okay, just one small thing. I am already using a mic. Okay, but if I don't know why this should be a problem. I think most of you are able to hear, but I'm constantly getting messages of not being able to hear. So I'll just let me just I'm already using a mic, and there isn't a better system that I can use. So I'm very sorry. Beyond this, I don't know. You can try to check it on YouTube or something. But I'm already using a mic, and it's just that you were not able to see it. Anyways, so Shama is the first characteristic, the capacity of freeing the mind from all distractions. Now we should be able to concentrate our minds on where it is required. Suppose the exam time is going on and there is some DJ going on downstairs. People are, trying to distract. Friends are coming to call you for playing. In that situation also, some students are able to concentrate very well on their studies and other things. So the capacity of freeing the mind from all the distractions and concentrating on where it needs to be concentrated. That is the first characteristic of a Brahmin, and that is where all the karma begins. The karma, the actions begin where then all your distractions are taken care of, all your distractions are kept aside, and you are able to focus on your action, and that is where we begin our own task. That is Shama. Second quality is Dhamma, that is controlling all the senses. Then third is the Tapa. What is Tapa? Tapa means constantly meditating upon the God and peacefully facing and bearing the difficulties that come in our spiritual path, and still continuing to walk on the path of acquiring the knowledge. That is Tapa. Tapo dvandva sahanam. Whatever is dvandva, happiness, sadness, whatever is happening, you just be able to face all that, bear all that is what Tapa. Then Shaucham, external and internal cleanliness. External cleanliness everybody maintains, but internal cleanliness, the clarity of your mind, the purity of your mind, that is internal purity. So suppose externally we are pure, we are also talking very nicely, but a Brahmin, his thoughts also should be very, very pure. Internal cleanliness is also covered under what? The purity of thoughts is also covered under what? Under the category of Shaucha. And Shanti, a complete absence of retaliation, spirit of retaliation. Now do not mix this with Shanti. Shanti, peacefulness, is another thing. They are always, a person who has all these qualities will have what will all automatically be a very peaceful person. But Shanti is complete absence of the spirit of retaliation. Somebody has done something bad to me. Somebody is disturbing me. I will also go back and poke them, go back and disturb them. That is, and the absence of this kind of an emotion is what is Shanti. So in spite of having the power to take the revenge, when somebody is able to, forgive and not have that sense of, it's okay. In second chapter also, Shri Krishna says, Taustitiksha Bharata. That spirit a person has, that is what? That is Shanti. It is Shanti. How one Jnaneshwar Maharaj was. In spite of all the difficulties that he faced in his life, he never thought of retaliating. What has he asked for the society? What did society give him? His parents had to give up their lives. The society, even after that, the daily food, procuring the daily food had also become a challenge for Jnaneshwar Maharaj. But when he had an opportunity to ask something for the society, what he has asked? Pasayadan, happiness for everybody. Good health, happiness, everything, sattvic, everything for this entire society is what he has asked. And the next category is simplicity, ahajavam. No matter how much they have tolerated, their mind doesn't get correct. Ahajavam is simplicity. Even if, people have disturbed this person, but the person will be simple from the mind. The corruption of the society does not get into the head of people who are arjava, who are simple. Even if the society around them is corrupted, their mind remains pure, their mind remains simple. And jnana vijnana, we had already seen, they acquire knowledge, they realize the knowledge in their life. And astikyam, they are always having faith in the Almighty, in Bhagavan. They are always very, very Shraddhalu. They have Shraddha, they have faith in God always. Astikyam. The Brahmin should inculcate all these qualities in their lives. Then Shri Krishna moves on to tell the qualities of a Kshatriya. What are the qualities of Kshatriya? Shauryan tejo dhatyam yuddhe chapya palayanam danamishwara bhavascha kshatrang karma svabhavajam. Shauryam. fearlessness. How Shivaji Maharaj was fearless. Not only in his adolescence, he was fearless from very, very young age, from childhood. When he was brought to visit a sultan under whom his father was appointed as an officer. When Shivaji Maharaj was on this way to that court, he saw a person was hitting a cow. And what is the dharma of this Kshatriya? To protect the society. And Gau Mata's puja was always highly regarded. It still is highly regarded. It should always be highly regarded. Shivaji Maharaj could not tolerate that. And what he did? He took out his sword and cut the hand of that man. He was very, very young at that age, fearless. If his dharma calls to take such action, he will fearlessly do that. That is what Shauryam, bravery, courage. Then Tej, the power by which even the sinners will hesitate to commit a crime. There are some people, our Adaraniya Modi ji, just look at him, half of the people get scared. Adityanath ji, how is his personality? The Tej, their brilliance is such that sinners will hesitate to commit any crime in front of them. That is Tej. Dhritihi, the unwavering firmness by which what a man will not deter from their righteousness. They will not deviate from following what is right. If given a choice of following, if there are different options, irrespective of how tempting something is in front of me, I will not lose. I will not lose my path. I will not deviate from my path. That is what the feeling of dhriti, unwavering, that is a firmness with which I can pursue my intentions. Then daksha, cautiousness, being very careful, doing right things at the right time. The right timing is very, very important. Just now we were talking about Shivaji Maharaj when he was captured by Aurangzeb. And Aurangzeb tells us how he has escaped, in the boxes in those big boxes of sweets. He and his son have managed to escape. Daksha, he knew that there he cannot escape just by using the sword. Cautiously, very carefully, holding himself back. He has managed to escape. So if you read the entire Charitra, today is 21st of September and Swamiji's Shiv Katha is going on. Everybody should try to log on and listen to the Charitra that Swamiji is telling about Shivaji Maharaj. Today is also releasing a book, a Pothi. Marathi people might be knowing that 21 Adhyay Pothi of Shivaji Maharaj, telling about the story of Shivaji Maharaj. If you read his entire character, you will see all these characteristics of a perfect Kshatriya in him. Has a correct type of dhriti. At the age of 14, he had decided that he will establish what? Swarajya. He will establish Hindu Samrajya. He had decided at the age of 14. He accomplished it. He always had the shaurya. He had the dhriti, right things done at the right time, not deviating from anything. Daksha, very, very cautious. Even with a small army, he was so cautious with his wars that he has never lost a single battle. That is the great character of Shivaji Maharaj. Everybody should invest some time into reading about his character, not only because this is of Kshatriya, even as human beings, all these characteristics are very, very essential to us. How to inculcate them in our lives? Only if we study the characteristics of great people, we will be able to understand those. So the book that Swamiji is releasing today, try to get that Pothi, at least try to listen to the Shivaji Maharaj Katha that is going on by Swamiji. Beautiful Katha is going on. Do not miss it. And Yuddhe cha apalayanam. Palayanam is running away. Apalayanam is not running away. From where? Yuddhe, from the war. That person should not run away. Shri Krishna has also told Arjun, Hato va prapsisi swargai jitva va bhokshise mahim tasmaduttashta kaunteya yuddhaya krita nishtayaha. You are a Kshatriya. If you die on the battlefield, then you will get the heaven. If you manage to win this battle, what will you get? Bhokshise mahim. You will get to be what? You will get to be the king of this earth. So, in any case, Yuddha, that is your first dharma, that is your basic duty, you have to follow it. Dana. Dana means charity. Dana is translated into charity, but it is not just charity, it is sharing. Whatever we have, we give it to the deserving people, those who need it, needy people. If somebody is in need of food, somebody is already very happily, they manage to get 5-6 meals a day. If you go and give them food, that is not dana, that is not charity, that is not sharing. Giving food to somebody who is not in a position to earn their own food, that is dana. And what is the best type of dana? 17th chapter. Datavyamiti yad danan diyate nupakarini. After giving, not saying I have given, I have given. That is not a good characteristic of dan. So dan also should be done sattvic dan. Deshe kale cha patre cha tad danam sattvikam smitam. That type of charity, that type of dan we should be doing. Habit of giving, that also should be inculcated from an early age. These different things are qualities of what? Kshatriya. And one quality I missed out, Ishvara Bhavascha. What is the meaning of this Ishvara Bhava? A feeling of responsibility, which makes you feel that taking care of the society is my prime responsibility. Feeling that I am the caretaker of this society. Ensuring that everyone in my kingdom is feeling safe. Everyone in my area is feeling safe. That is the characteristic of Kshatriya. How was Ram Raja? In Sri Ram's time, there were Rakshas who were, who were destroying, who were killing so many sadhus. What Sri Ram has done, he has always tried to protect the sadhus. Wherever he went with his dhanush. He has always protected the sadhus. That is the prime dharma of Kshatriya. And then Krishikau Rakshavanijyam Vaishya Karma Svabhavajam Paricharyatmakam Karma Shudrasyapi Svabhavajam. Agriculture, harvesting crops, rearing cattle, go seva, doing pure trade, providing necessary items for the society. All these are what are the jobs of Vaishya. Krishi means agriculture. Gauraksha means protecting the cattle, protecting the Gaumata. Vanijya means ensuring that the trade is happening. These are necessary items. These are in olden days, cows were considered as national assets. Anyone who had 9 lakh cows, few lakh cows, they were considered as Nanda of that village. So the nation becomes prosperous when the cows are protected. And then the last one is the Shudra, rendering services to the people. What kind of services? Artists, engineers, doctors, plumbers, nurses. They all are providing services to this society. They all come under the category of Shudra. Their prime job is what? Giving seva. And this we have to understand. Again, I would like to reiterate. There is no greatness associated with any particular category. Shudra class is the very foundation of the society. Unless the services, the best possible services are given, other 3 classes will not be able to do their job to its best. So we have to understand this, rectify our perception, and also take an effort to rectify the perception of others towards this entire society. And having explained that these are the different important things, Shri Krishna tells a very, very important principle. What does he mention? Sve sve karmanya bhiratas samsiddhil labhate naraha swakarmane ratas siddhain yatha vendati tat shrunu. What Shri Krishna is saying, Now listen to me. Yatha Vindati Tat Shruno. I am going to tell you something very important. And what is this? Sve Sve Karmanya Bhiratas. Sve Sve Karmani Abhiratah. Abhiratah means doing our own action. Sve Sve Karmani means our own action. Somebody who is always doing their own action. As a teacher, what is my job? To teach in school. At home, suppose I am not a teacher, I'm just giving an example. A teacher is teaching in school. When she goes home, she is the mother. Now, in the home, she cannot remain a teacher. In the home, what is the duty of the lady? She is a mother. There, she cannot remain a teacher and do teachership in the home, right? Then the entire family's balance will go. What is your duty? At that moment, what is your duty? Sve Sve Karmanya Abhiratah. A person who is engaged in their own action, they attain the ultimate perfection, ultimate accomplishment of their life. Samsiddhil labhate naraha. So only action can be worshipped. If every action that we do is a part of worship, and only our action is actually a part of worship, assuming that you are doing your job well. If you are doing your own job well, properly, then you attain what? Sound Siddhi. What is Sound Siddhi? The biggest accomplishment of a human life. What is the best thing that we can attain? Unition with the God. So that is what you will attain by pursuing your own job. Swakarma nirata. Engage in your own duty. That is the job of a person. So now we know how Hanumanji was. Hanumanji was very, very strong. But when he went to look for Sita Mata, when he reached the Ashok Vatika, that moment, after searching her everywhere, he sat on a tree where Sita Mata was there. On the tree, when he was sitting, Ravan came there. Now, at that moment, when Ravan initially, he was very sober, he tried to, talk her through. You have to listen to me, all that. When Sita Mata gave very blunt answers to him, he got very angry and gave a warning. I'll kill you, he said. When such a warning was given to Sita Mata, at that moment, obviously, somebody who worships Sita Mata as his own mother, at that moment, what Hanumanji must have felt? One jump I should take and just kill this Ravan. He was very much capable of doing that. But at that moment, what was his job? He had come as a Guptachar to find out where she is. What was the job assigned to him at that time? He was not the Senapati at that time. He had not come there as a warrior. He had not come there as a soldier to rescue Sita Mata. At that time, he had come as what? A messenger of Sri Ram. Sve Sve Karmani. What is my duty at that moment? If at that moment he would have, got down, there would have been so many consequences of this. He might not have got a chance to talk to Sita Mata because people would have tried to capture him then and there. And he would not have had a word with Sita Mata. Ravan would have become more alert that he has entered this Ashok, and he would have got more alert. So such consequences he thought and held himself back. He focused on what? Only on what is my Swakarma at that moment. Swakarma nirata siddhi. He has done his rightful duty. And not just that, he always somebody who focuses on their own job. That is going to help you accomplish your biggest siddhi. That is going to make you earn your biggest reward. Other person's duty might look very, very interesting, very, very interesting. But what is going to give you the right reward? Following your own duties. Why? How are your own duties? That Shri Krishna has explained in the next two shlokas. Yatah pravrittar bhutanai yena sarvamidam tatam swakarmana tamabhyarcha siddhim vindati manavaha. A very important principle is explained here. See, from shlok number 46 that we have starting from this particular shlok, a very, very important set of shlokas are starting. Why they are important? Because they are going to teach us, they are going to explain us how by pursuing our own duties, how by pursuing our own duties, a person can attain what has to be attained. How siddhi, what is it that we are trying to attain from this chapter? Moksha, isn't it? Moksha sannyasa yoga. That is our ultimate thing. Starting from this shlok number 46, the principles that Sri Krishna has explained are the ones which will explain us why following our own duty is the most critical job to attain the moksha, to attain the ultimate liberation. So this is a very important set of shlokas. We will take them up from the next session. So from 46th shlok, we will start from the next session. And whatever we have discussed so far in this chapter, I offer that at the lotus feet of Param Pujya Swamiji, by whose grace I could speak about something that is very critical to our lives, offering this entire discourse, entire conversation at the lotus feet of Swamiji and Param Pujya Shri Krishna also. Hari Om Shri Krishna Paramastu. Om Tat Sat. Thank you everybody for your patient listening in spite of all challenges.
Thank you so much, Didi, for such a captivating and impactful session. And such a big adhyaya and everything explained so clearly today about different gunas and everything. Thank you so much for your wonderful session. And now let us go for the next part, that is a question and answer session. And I request you to take over the session. And I request all the sadhaks to kindly raise your hands to ask your questions, and you will be unmuted accordingly. So, and before that, let us look at the announcement again regarding the daily parayan of one adhyaya every day. Kindly see that all of you join this parayan every day, so that you will be able to revise one adhyaya every day, because at a stretch we have 1 to 18 adhyayas, and the whole thing will be again repeated in circle. So in the cycle. So please see that you attend this session. These sessions are at 6:30 in the morning. The same adhyaya will be repeated in the evening at 9:30 p.m. I request all of you to kindly attend this. And also, as told to you earlier, all these Vivechan sessions can be enjoyed by anyone, even outside Geeta Pariwar. So please see that you can share. You can share this link of the Zoom session or the YouTube link for others to also to get benefited. So thank you so much, Didi. Let us move towards the question and answer session. So please.
Anita Didi.
Jai Shri Krishna,
Yes,
Didi.
Jai Shri
Thanks
Krishna,
a lot
Didi.
for a very beautiful and very captivating session, Didi. I just want to ask this, that you said that a person is given varna according to his swabhav. So we often see a Brahman child doesn't want to pursue knowledge. From childhood, he wants to be in army. So his swabhav is
Now,
like...
yes, this very important thing you brought up, Anita Didi, this point I missed. Now, this entire categorization was done. It was not meant to be followed as like, the children of that. Now later, this entire thing became such that a doctor's child will be a doctor, and so on and so forth. However, initially when this system had been was in existence, this was not required at all. It was just that at this point, whatever is the interest of the child, that they should pursue. That is one thing. However, how it transformed into something like the child should go ahead, how it became as a hereditary thing, that is because somebody who is, say, a businessman, the child of the businessman has from very a young age seen financial dealings, logic. From the childhood itself, they have this environment that develops their brain in such a way that they can make an ideal businessman. Somebody who is grown up, a teacher's child, somebody whose mother is a teacher, very simple family, and they get into business. There are so many, tips and tricks of business which they will find it difficult to bring into their lives. Because as a person, they are not groomed. That kind of environment they have not got. So it is very scientific that a doctor's child becomes a doctor, a Brahmin's child becomes a Brahmin. This is scientifically very, very, possible, more correct to do it that way. However, there are exceptions to it, and whatever a person decides to do based on their interest, they can do. Okay.
Next.
So in both ways, I'm saying, initially this system was not built to be hereditary, but it makes more sense to have it hereditary. So it is done in that way. However, now the entire system is kind of collapsing, and whoever is interested, somebody whose interest is towards knowledge, they will pursue knowledge, so on and so forth. Okay, you are still unmuted, Anita ji. You can talk.
In the olden days, Ravidas, he was like cobbler, but he got into so much of knowledge and wrote so many verses and all that.
Yeah, but he didn't leave his job as a cobbler also. He pursued that also. So there are two things that he has done. Many, if you see our saints also, somebody was, somebody had a kirana shop, somebody was a gardener, everybody. They have done their jobs as seva for Ishwar. We will see these beautiful principles in the upcoming shlokas. How by doing your own job also you can, go ahead and pursue the path of liberation, how you can pursue your bhakti. That you will see in their lives, even while doing all those activities. They have constantly been in touch with Sri Krishna. However, they have not left their job. They have continued their job and done the job in such a way that through their job, sounds siddhil labate. What is the meaning of that? That they wanted to attain God. They attained God by following their own karma, by following their own jobs.
Okay. Do we mean that Brahmin son has aptitude for knowledge, more aptitude for learning?
He has more aptitude for knowledge. Definitely, he will have more aptitude for knowledge.
Thank you so much.
Yes, Shri Krishna, pranam to you.
Next, we have Mamta Didi. Kindly unmute yourself.
Didi, there are a couple of more hands before that. Rama Didi.
I can't. Okay.
Yeah, one more Didi, I think she got.
Hello?
Rama Didi. Okay.
Yeah.
Namaste, Didi. Thank you very much for the explanation. It is true that we get many things, milk product from a cow, and we always say many god and goddesses reside in cow, so we treat cow as a god. But life is life. Why is that we say only cow should be protected? All living things, like all animals, should be protected. No, madam, why Hinduism
only cow should be protected is not written. Listen, nobody says that only cow should be protected. All animals should be protected. Amongst them, the prime one is cow. Cow, see what here when we say Krishi Gauraksha Vanijyam, Krishi Gauraksha Vanijyam, these three are considered as prime businesses, prime activities. That does not mean that other animals should not be protected. While your prime duty, see, if my prime duty as a mother is to take care of my own children, that doesn't mean that other children who I come in contact with, I can ignore them. No. I also have a sense of responsibility to every child who is coming in contact with me. Similarly, when we say Gauraksha, it is the prime dharma of Kshatriya. All other animals also they should protect. They should take care of all the other creatures also. However, their prime duty is not of a Kshatriya, of the Vaishya. The prime duty is to do Go Seva. One of the prime duties is to do Go Seva. Now, as a Vaishya, he cannot go and protect the lion, right? What is it that he can protect? He can protect the cow. Amongst all the different animals, he should take care of all animals, but it is his duty to ensure that cows are protected. Okay. And it is not because the cows gives milk products and all that. Now, these are the modern reasons behind the dairy industry. That's not how it is. And the whole activity of protecting cows, whole activity of Go Seva is a very, very deep science. It is a very, very deep spiritual practice, actually. And as a Vaishya, everybody should do that. And that is the reason Go Seva is one of the prime 5 principles of Nita Pariwar also. So that is the reason we should be engaging in Go Seva. Everybody can't keep cows in the house. We should try to donate to the Gauchalas and all other things we should try to do. But as Vaishyas, it is their duty to ensure that the Gaushalas, the Gaumatas are protected. Okay.
Okay, then we have Lingarajji.
Geetaji.
So Geeta Devi, I think your sequence on your
I'm not
screen
able
is
to
just-
see any
Yeah,
hand
no,
raise.
I think you are able to see only the last hand, Lakshmi Devi.
Yes.
Next, Sugita ji, then Shambhu Bhaiya, Manoranjan Bhaiya, Mamta Devi, and then Lingaraja. That's
Okay, fine.
Yes.
I'm looking at the list, but
yeah,
okay.
Ji. Jai Shri Krishna, Sugita ji. Pranam.
Jai Shri Krishna, Didi, Pranam. Didi, my question is like, in the battlefield, Arjuna was reluctant to fight against because they were their cousins. Later, Lord Krishna advised him that you have to do your duty and all those things. Like Arjuna's action, that is also a karma. In which category do you told that karma is divided into 3: Rajasic, Tamasic, and Sattvic karma. In which group do you categorize Arjuna's action? Like whatever he does in
Arjun's sorrow, see, this is a very important thing. See, whatever pain Arjun experienced, whatever pain he has experienced, that it is not what was the reason of that pain? It is not just that he was experiencing the pain because he was deeply attached to his own relatives. His issue is that he also feared doing sins. So this sorrow is also a type of sattvic activity only. Because what is the intent behind it? That Sri Krishna, getting the blessings of Sri Krishna, getting the company of Sri Krishna in itself is a very divine thing. Shri Krishna wouldn't have, nobody else has got the great divine blessing that Arjun has got. So in this, what his intent is that if I do some sins, I will do Krishna also. That he was more worried about the sins, that if I do these sins, my entire clan will suffer because of the sin that I am doing. He was Papa Bhiru. He was scared of doing sins. And that is the reason his act cannot be called cowardice or anything else. It was because fearing Pap is a sattvic activity only. So definitely it is. And that is why his Vishad, see, if I start crying, if we start crying, anyone, it will not be called Vishada Yoga. But Arjun's Vishad became Vishada Yoga. Why? Because it is of the highest order. It was for the greater benefit of this entire society.
Okay. Thank you very much. Jai Shri Krishna.
Shambhu Bhaiya.
Next, I think. Next, who is there in the order?
Jai Shri
Shambhu
Krishna.
Bhaiya.
Yes.
Jai Shri Krishna. Jai Shri Krishna, Didi.
Jai Shri Krishna.
It's a very beautiful session. Actually, I used to hear always your everything is so nice. You explain. I do have a question here, Didi. The 40th shloka. Here you told that this Syatri Trivir Gunai Yadevhis Syatri Trivir Gunai. Yes. So here 3 gunas means this.
Trivir Gunaihi means 3 gunas. Means Syat Trivir. Ebhis Syat Tribhihi Gunaihi. Yat evhi syat trivihi gunaihi means
That is
everything.
tamasa, rajasa, and
Tamas, rajas, and sattva gun. All
sattva.
this, yes, yes.
But regarding this 41, we started with the
And about these gunas also, what is being said, I miss telling this in the session. Prakriti Jaihi. Prakriti Jaihi means Jai, where the word Ja is added there, means that they are born out of the Prakriti. So Prakriti Jaihi, all these gunas are Prakriti Jaihi. So because of that, they are present everywhere. Yeah.
But another related previously, another our she also asked the same question. The
Swabhava
Brahmana, the
Prabhavati.
santan of Brahmana, nowadays what is happening in the society, practically some illiterate guys, they are by virtue of their birth, they are doing as Pandit and all that, they are doing this puja and all that, they cannot even chant the mantras also. But this is how it is going in the society. A lot
Yeah.
of people I have seen that illiterate, their standard is 4, 5 or like that. But as because the son of a Brahmin, they are doing the Pandit. They are called as Pandit in the village. They are running everything. Whatever they are telling, it is always they are chanting all this wrong. I have seen in my own eyes.
I'll tell you what is the issue. Now, there are some doctors who are very efficient. They will do their best in their services. Everything they will do best. They are like gods. Some doctors are gods. Some doctors are worse than demons also. Because some doctors are worse than demons and some doctors are God, doesn't mean the entire medicine facility is wrong. Entire medical field is wrong. That cannot be said. There are always some exceptions. As just because some doctors are bad, we will not say that the medical facility itself is bad. Just like that, just because there are some, this is Kali Yuga ultimately. There are going to be problems. There are going to be malpractices. There are malpractices. This entire system that was existing has got corrupted. But that does not mean that the system was wrong. The system is very, very fine. It is because of this system that our society has been able to thrive. Okay, thrive for so many yugas, not just few decades, not few hundreds of years. Our Sanatan Dharma is lakhs of years old. Satyug, it started from Satyug, that itself we know is around 36 to 40 lakh years from that time. So over time, this impurity has got added. But see, this small example I'll tell you. The Greek culture, they didn't have this kind of system. When the Romans invaded them, the entire civilization we can witness only in the museums now. There are no original Greeks left. Why? Because this type of system was not there. For us who have invaded, so people much more barbaric than those Romans have invaded our nation for so many decades, so many hundreds of years, so many centuries. But in spite of all that attacks, the Sanatan Dharma prevails in our nation. It is so robust. That is why the system is robust. There are malpractices, there are exceptions, but the system itself is very robust.
But actually, as per this sloka, as per karma, their class, Brahmana, Shudra,
Karmani
Vaishya.
Pranibhaktani. So what is done based on their gunas? So just like knowledge centric, it is based on sattva gun. So those who are knowledge centric, sattvic people, in pursuit of knowledge, they are Brahmins. Those who are
Now
Rajasi.
my question is, Didi, actually, as per this, the version of our Gita, by born I am, I was born in a Brahmin family. Okay. By profession, I am a doctor. Now I am in which class? I am whether Brahman, Kshatriya, or Vaishya or Shudra. What I am?
You are
My
a
karma is I am a
Brahmin by
doctor by
birth.
profession.
Now you are learning
Yeah.
Bhagavad Gita, right? What are you pursuing in Bhagavad Gita? You are pursuing knowledge. So you have
Yes.
retained your nature as a Brahmin also. You are in pursuit of knowledge. And along with that, whatever karma you are doing, no matter where it is. If you consider that karma as the greatest worship of God, then what will happen? You will be getting that ultimate liberation that a Sattvic Brahmin is supposed to get. Maybe the means, have been different, but because you are a Brahmin by nature, you are attracted to Bhagavad Gita, I would say. That answers the thing for you.
Thank you, Didi. Thank you so much for your nice explanation. Really, I am satisfied.
Thank you. Salam.
Mamta Didi.
Cannot unmute myself. Yes. Jai Shri Krishna, Didi. Very nice explanation, Didi. I just wanted to ask the same question. I am a housewife, so what is my karma so that I can attain moksha? And I am also a tech in Geeta Pariwar, Didi.
See, one thing, attaining moksha, it's like we all are on a journey. This entire process of liberation, please understand, everybody, it is not like a graduation degree that we are going to attain.
Yes.
कि मुझे अब मोक्ष attain हो गया. It is a continuous journey. By doing Gita Seva, by doing your jobs as a housewife, you are already set on a journey. How to convert that journey into a spiritual journey of moksha. And this is a very deep principle. I wanted to cover some of the shlokas from 46 onwards, but this entire concept is very beautifully explained from shlok number 46. How by following your own duties, you are a housewife. How you are a tech in our Gita, Learngeeta, which is a very good thing. So by doing these duties, how can you attain liberation? Sve sve karmanya dhiratas. By continuously following your own duties, how can we do? This is the entire topic of discussion for the next session also. However, what here you have to focus on for this short this thing I'll tell you, to convert your karma into karma yoga. How do we do that? With what attitude? If the attitude of doing all the job is right, then you will also be on a path of liberation. Again, I'm saying you will be on a path of liberation. Many janma, many births are required to attain that ultimate moksha. But we have to slowly get there, isn't it? Somewhere we have to start, and you have already started on that journey. Gradually, this is where we are going to reach. Very, very detailed, we will see with examples in the next session. Do try to attend the next session. Next 3-4 shlokas are all based on this concept itself. We will cover it in the next.
And Didi, we have heard that Sadhana Kasai, about Sadhana Kasai, by attaining that, by doing his duty, performing his duty, he could attain that moksha.
Absolutely.
Sadhana Kasai.
Yes, everybody. In fact, see why Shri Krishna has given this. This entire yoga, see, he has given so much detail about karma and making it a way to the karma sannyasa yoga, to moksha sannyasa yoga. He's telling us exactly that. First, see, let us look at logically. Let us look at this adhyaya a little more logically. What he has done. First, he has given us tips to analyze our own karma. Then he has given us tips to rectify our intellect, rectify our dhriti, rectify our attitude towards happiness, and analyze your own karma. Then focus on karma in such a way that your karma can take you to the ultimate liberation. That is the entire flow of this chapter. Entire flow from how I start, what should I do, what sannyas is, what tyag is. The entire conversation started, and see how beautifully Shri Krishna has told what you should leave, what you should keep, what you should pursue, pravrittincha, nivrittincha, what is to be pursued. And then he has given such a detailed analysis. Each shlok of this chapter can be converted into one book and had. So to be depth and whatever you ask, we will be taking.
Didi, and I think that your intention is very necessary, no? Behind every karma. What is your
Yes,
intention?
and how that intention should be, we will see in the next session. And yeah, Seva Bhav, everything we will get to see in detail. Ji, Lingaraj Sahib. Pranam Mamta Didi. Lingaraj Bhaiya.
Next, Anoranjan Bhaiya. Is that in the order? Yes. Please unmute yourself, Manoranjan ji.
Hare Krishna, ma'am.
Jai Shri Krishna, Hare Krishna, Bhaiya.
Madam, in slok number 35 and 36, can you re-explain, madam, please? 35 and 36.
35 and 36. So 35 is covered in the last session. It talks about the 35 was the dhriti. Dhriti is our determination, basically. So how is that determination? Our determination is also of three types. Sattvic determination, Rajasi determination, and then the third type, what is tamas? It is the Yaya Swapnam Bhayansho. You can see the last session, but for short I'll tell you. Yaya Swapnam Bhayam Shokam Vishadam Madamevacha Navimanchati Durmedha Dratissa Partha Tamasi. Somebody who is always engrossed in dreams, just thinking about I will do this, I will do that, investing their time in grief. When they are getting an opportunity to work, they are always complaining about it. Vishada. They are full of arrogance or conceit. Such people, they are Durmeda. They are not having the right intellect. And what will happen? They'll start some activity, and owing to all these things, all these characteristics that are mentioned, Swapnam, Bhaya means fear. Owing to these characteristics, what they will do? They will abandon the tasks in between. They will not complete it. And that kind of determination, which arises from these things, the sleep, from laziness, from grief, from depression, from arrogance, from all arising out of all this, that determination becomes weak. That kind of feeling is called tamasi dhriti. And in the next shlok, 36 shlok, Shri Krishna says that whatever you achieve by doing all your work is an experience. If that experience is pleasant, that pleasant experience is called sukha. If the experience is unpleasant, it is called dukkha. So Shri Krishna says that the sukha is also of three types. What is that sukha? Sattvic sukh, Rajasic sukh, or Tamasi sukh. And Shri Krishna also says that whatever you experience as sukh comes out of your habit, because you are habituated to something. It appears as happy, sukham. It becomes sukh for you. It is abhyasad ramate. Because we are used to living in cement houses. Going and living in a mud house is going to be painful for us. It is going to be dukkadayak. Why? Because we are used to abhyasad ramate. Because we are always on is comfortable in this. So that is okay. Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Is that okay?
Lingraj ji, please unmute yourself.
I think Manoranjan ji is saying something, but I'm not able to hear him.
Manoranjan bhaiya, you want to
No,
say?
no, thank you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Okay. And you can listen to the sessions again, ji. Ji, Pranam Lingaraj bhaiya.
Lingraj ji, please unmute yourself.
I'm
You're
saying
on mute.
that please unmute
Please
yourself.
unmute yourself.
Jai Shri Krishna ji.
Jai Shri Krishna.
So, my question regarding to Sattvika Sukha. In chapter 14, sloka number 6, chapter 14, sloka number 6 states, Sukha Sangyana Badhanati. And sloka number 36 of chapter 18 states, Dukkhantaraincha Nigacchati. So here in one sloka we find that pleasure is the cause of bondage.
Sound is very low there, little bit
Pleasure is the
louder.
cause of bondage. And in the other sloka we find that Sattvika pleasure ends sorrows and sufferings. So how can we reconcile both these sloka, madam? My question is.
See, I remember the shlokas. What did you read in English that I didn't understand? So I didn't get your question properly, actually. Your sound is also breaking. Can you repeat the question again? See, you are
madam.
asking something about the 14th chapter,
Chapter
6th slok
14,
and 18th chapter
Sukha
36th slok.
Sukha Sangyena Badhanti Jnana Sangyena Chanugha. Chapter 14. Sukha Sangyena Badhanti Jnana Sangyena Chanugha.
That is about the sattvic, the nature of sattva gun. That is what is explained in the 14th chapter 6th slok. So what is the nature of sattva gun? That it ties you to sukha, that is happiness. It ties you to sukha. And what is the nature of the sattva gun? It will tie you to sukh. It will bind you with happiness, and it will take you on the path of knowledge. Sukha sangena badnati, jnana sangena also. So it will also keep you with the knowledge. But what is your question with the 18th chapter?
Sometimes Sattvic Guna states that pleasure and sorrows and sufferings. And in the other slokas, it states that pleasure is the cause of bondage. Sam Sattva Guna is the cause of bondage, and Sam Sattva Guna reflects pleasure is the end of sorrows and sufferings.
So they both mean the same thing. It will end the sorrows. Okay. Dukkhantai. See, I am not able to understand what you are reading the meaning, but dukkhantai, I will tell you. It means to, shanti of the dukkha. Means it will quieten the unhappiness. What does the word exact meaning of dukkhanta? What is the meaning of dehanta? The deha has become quietened. It has ended. Similarly, dukkhanta means the unhappiness is quietened. It is silenced. The unhappiness gradually goes. Why? Because you become so used to abhyasadhiramate, because of the continuous habit, because you abhyasadhiramate means the person is Ramaman. Ramaman means is engaged in that activity. Because of your engagement with that, continuous engagement with that activity, it becomes happiness for you. And when you are taken away from that engagement, because you have adjusted to it, what happens? Gradually, once you are habituated to something, what happens? The pain about that particular thing will gradually decrease. That way your pain is going to get quietened. Dukkhanta, your pain about it, the unhappiness is going to be quietened, and that is dukkhantaincha nigacchati. Okay.
Thank you, madam. Thank you for a nice presentation, madam.
That's the end of the Q&A session.
Anita ji, please unmute yourself. Yes.
Didi, one more small thing. Do we understand that a particular person is born in a Brahmin, Vaishya or Kshatriya family according to his gunas of the last birth which are carried over?
Yes, definitely. Definitely. Okay. This is told in the 8th chapter also. Shri Krishna says the same thing. Whatever bhav you are thinking about, that you will ultimately you will get to that particular yam yam vapti smaran bhavam tyajatyante kalevaram. While leaving that body, whatever is your thought, whatever is your accumulated karma, according to that your next birth is going to come.
Thank you. We have yet to study 8th chapter.
Okay, sorry.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Do we have anybody else? I think no.
No, Didi. All are done, Didi.
Yes.
We can continue.
One second. Thank you so much, Didi, for this wonderful question and answer session. This session was as interesting as the main session with so many curious questions being asked. So thank you so much for taking all this thing to answer these questions so well. Now let us move forward and show our gratitude for the divine moments we enjoyed today on this platform, and let us offer our sincere prayers at the lotus feet of Paramatma. So for the Prarthana today, I would like to welcome Srimati C.H. Nagamani ji from Secunderabad. Didi is a postgraduate B.Ed degree holder and has retired as Vice Principal of Bhavan Sri Ramakrishna Vidyalaya in Secunderabad. She offers her seva as a court trainer for L1 and L2 and is with Geeta Pariwar since February 2023. Didi, please come forward for the prayer.
Jai Shri Krishna, all of you. Yogesham Satchidanandam Vasudevam Vrajapriyam Dharma Samstapakam Viram Krishnam Vande Jagadgurum Shri Krishnam Vande Jagadgurum. Jai Shri Krishna.
Thank you so much, Didi, for that wonderful prarthana. And now let us go. Now this is time to show our gratitude to all those who have made this program a big success. So I would like to thank or express my sincere gratitude to our Janvi Didi for being a host today and for managing this session so well, and for those and to the prayer to all those who have offered their prayers and the Deep Prajwalan today, and all those who are behind the scene to make this a convenient and successful program. So all the melodious prayers, Deep Prajwalan, and everything deserves a very big thanks, and the whole back-end team for the sincere efforts in making this a memorable one. Finally, thank you all Geeta Sadhaks who are here and as wonderful audience, and for asking such beautiful questions which were useful to each one of us here. And of course, a big thank you to everyone who is involved here for their unwavering commitment and tireless efforts in making this day possible. See you all in another enlightening session, same time next week. Until then, take care. Jai Shri Krishna. But before we end the session, we have Hanuman Chalisa Parayan. Kindly join for this.
श्री गुरु चरण सरोज रज निज मन मुकुर सुधारि बरनउ रघुबर बिमल जसु जो दायक फलचारि बुद्धिहीन तनु जानिके सुमिरौ पवन कुमार बल बुद्धि विद्या देहु मोहि हरहु कलेश विकार जय हनुमान ज्ञान गुण सागर जय कपीस तिहु लोक उजागर रामदूत अतुलित बल धामा अंजनी पुत्र पवन सुत नामा महावीर विक्रम बजरंगी कुमति निवार सुमति के संगी कंचन बरन विराज सुबेसा कानन कुंडल कुंचित केसा हाथ वज्र औ ध्वजा विराजय कांधे मूंज जनेऊ साजय शंकर सुवन केसरी नंदन तेज प्रताप महाजगबंदन विद्यावान गुणी अति चातुर राम काज करिबेको आतुर प्रभु चरित्र सुनिबेको रसिया राम लखन सीता मन बसिया सूक्ष्म रूप धरि सिंहि दिखावा विकट रूप धरि लंक जरावा भीम रूप धरि असुर सहारे रामचंद्र के काज सवारे लाय सजीवन लखन जियाए श्री रघुवीर हर्षि उर लाए रघुपति कीन्ही बहुत बड़ाई तुम मम प्रिय भरत ही सम भाई सहस बदन तुम रोज सगावै अस कहि श्रीपति कंठ लगावै सनकादिक ब्रह्मादि मुनीसा नारद सारद सहित अहिसा जम कुबेर दिगपाल जहाते कवि कोविद कहि सके कहाते तुम उपकार सुग्रीव ही कीन्हा राम मिलाय राजपद दीना तुम्हरो मंत्र विभीषण माना लंकेश्वर भय सब जग जाना जुग सहस्र योजन पर भानु लील्यो ताहि मधुर बल जानु प्रभु मुद्रिका मेलि मुख माहि जलधि लांघि गए अचरज नाही दुर्गम काज जगत के जेते सुगम अनुग्रह तुमरे तेते राम दुआरे तुम रखवारे होतन आज्ञा बिनु पैसारे सब सुख लहै तुम्हारी सरना तुम रक्षक काहू को डरना आपन तेज समारो आपै तीनों लोक हाकते कापै भूत पिशाच निकट नहीं आवै महावीर जब नाम सुनावै नासै रोग हरै सब पीरा जपत निरंतर हनुमत बीरा संकट ते हनुमान छुड़ावै मन क्रम वचन ध्यान जो लावै सब पर राम तपस्वी राजा जिनके काज सकल तुम साजा और मनोरथ जो कोई लावै सोई अमित जीवन फल पावै चारों जुग प्रताप तुम्हारा है प्रसिद्ध जगत उजियारा साधु संत के तुम रखवारे असुर निकंदन राम दुलारे अष्ट सिद्धि नो निधि के दाता असबर दीन जानकी माता राम रसायन तुम्हारे पासा सदा रहो रघुपति के दासा तुम्हारे भजन राम को पावै जन्म जन्म के दुख बिसरावै अंत काल रघुवर पुर जाई जहाँ जन्म हरि भक्त कहाई और देवता चित्तन धरई हनुमत सी सर्व सुख करई संकट कटई मिटई सब पीरा जो सुमिरै हनुमत बल बीरा जय 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 हनुमान गोसाई कृपा कृपा करहु गुरुदेव की नाई। जो सत बार पाठ कर कोई छूट ही बंदी महासुख होई। जो यह पढ़ हनुमान चालीसा होय सिद्धि साखी गौरी सा। तुलसीदास सदा हरि चेरा की जय नाथ हृदय मह डेरा। पवन तनय संकट हरन मंगल मूर्ति रूप। राम लखन सीता सहित हृदय बसहु सुर भूप। सियावर रामचंद्र की जय पवन सुत हनुमान की जय।
Jai Shri Krishna, everyone. Shri Krishna Arpanamastu. Thank you, Didi, once again.